Okay. Then we go to equipment. Samurai garb.
What is it? God, I am grateful. This is damn private army.
Anything that's just raw stat gains, guys, I'm going to ignore.
Hey, listen.
What now?
Okay, we're going
All right.
to go here.
Go.
Deep.
Hello there.
Isn't that? Let's see. So, choosing that.
Okay. We're at 9K again.
Ridiculous. All right then.
We're going to Sunshade Road.
This is damn private army. Oi there.
Hey, listen. That would be quite an act. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Happy to.
We're just gonna skip this because this is just a stat increase.
All right.
Hey, fairy dust.
What is amazing?
Yeah. You're a big help.
Amazing. What is it?
Okay.
All
We
right.
have to go. I really wish that they were like right next to each other.
Let's go.
Ooh. We need clear water.
No.
Aha.
It's quite fresh. Go to
And then
Grand Cathedral wife. It's
steak.
Welcome.
We're starting to get a lot of money.
Stinking believable.
And then
Oh there.
Can we talk?
Thanks. Why did this happen?
no, wrong button.
All right then. Let's head there right away.
What is it? Amazing.
Yeah.
Red grass.
You're a big help.
Next up is... Oh, right!
No. All right.
Tolerance is almost up.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
We're at on the 20th. We're almost to the point where we can continue the story again, because the story ends on the 22nd. Gosh, I love the music. The music is so freaking good.
Well then.
Say there.
Okay.
Now.
Equipment. Hero attire.
What is it?
It's almost like they know what they were doing with the map. The map is a lot bigger than it
Hey,
looks.
listen. That's really quite enough. Excuse me. I need a moment. Happy to hear that.
All right.
Gosh, okay. Eloquence is going to be really rough. Eloquence is going to be a rough. I hear a voice. I wonder if he'll come again. If he does.
What now?
Need to check out the merge. Rank 8? Okay. Gallica's tier 2. Let's head to and hang out with Brigitte. I should save again. I keep forgetting to save.
Well,
Oh, it's
I'll not
raining.
loiter in a storm.
Just... Now then.
I took the dog out without anyone seeing, and walked around the capital. It seems to have taken a liking to you.
But...
I can hear it from downstairs. Don't get too excited. This is on you too, dog. A simple walk shouldn't be enough for you to let your guard down.
Listen.
But she's such a smart girl.
Ah.
I trusted you unconditionally, sight unseen, and you think that makes it smart. Sure, whatever you say.
Hopeless.
The cute doggo! I've never liked this thing, even since the first time I laid eyes on it. It was on the side of the road, buried from neck down. Head bleeding too, probably hit by a rock at some point.
It's over.
It should have just given up and died, but it looked into my eyes and whimpered. I hated the sight of it. Hated it? Hate's a strong word. Why?
In those days.
I was once a stray myself. My earliest memory is of fighting a dog over a scrap of meat covered in the dirt, and getting bitten for my trouble. Wherever I went, I found only hunger and violence, so I robbed and stole anything and everything. I fought, and I survived.
It's a living hell.
Really?
That's beyond words. What am I doing, talking to a child about this? I'm 18, I'm not a child.
Just a fantasy.
Just like that dog, I let my guard down like a fool. Never mind. Forget I said anything.
Sure.
Understood.
Yes.
Good. And while we're on the subject, a word of advice.
Listen.
This world is a bottomless hell. A bog of endless muck. And if you trust another person to keep you afloat in it, you'll feel the sludge close over your head soon enough.
Don't ever forget that.
To survive, you need the strength to make your way through the muck. Nobody can do it for you. And indeed, nobody else should. You need your own strength. And I'd say that's well within your powers.
Therefore,
In addition, I'd like to provide one other reward. I'm sure you're aware that there's a man in town that asks with exchanging mag obtained from hunting monsters and the like. Hold on a second, guys. I want to see this. Huh. Ooh, that's pretty. I do like Boom. I actually really like the bloom. But it makes everything like really weird. And it goes away from the original design. Anyways, I'm sure you're aware that I'll put in a word with them so they're more flexible with you. Not just here in Grand Shroud, but across the kingdom. You'd sense Brigida's attempts at kindness and trust.
No pain can stop me now.
Okay. Improves the exchange rate of mag exchange.
Even then,
Shouldn't be the only one talking. You owe some secrets of yours, after all. Prius tried to kill Louise, did he not? Then I imagine you're aiming for the same thing.
you there.
What are your true motives? What are you really aiming at?
That's...
I want to better this country. Your true motives, I said. Your true motives, I said. Well, I suppose it's not impossible. You really do mean that? I can tell what you're thinking of. I can't tell what you're thinking at all. But I'll expose your true nature eventually.
I'm off.
That's all for today. Come by again when you can. I'm sure the dog will be delighted to see you. Brigitta's my favorite. I freaking love Brigitta. Oh, hi.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Oh, 21st. Sorry, British accent is coming out.
The announcement is...
Okay. Yeah.
Say there.
What now?
Save. Okay.
What is it?
Let's talk to that insane activist woman again.
Hey, listen. That's what we... Excuse me. Happy to it?
All right.
Gosh, eloquence is so hard to level up.
What is amazing?
We'll save here. And then
Yeah. You're a big...
Next up... Oh, right!
No. All right.
My tolerance is almost level 2.
It would seem the disaster was averted.
Right then. Today's Forden's big announcement.
Wonder what he's planning. I guess the church has to have some reaction to all that stuff the king said.
Whatever it is, Luis won't be able to just ignore it. This might be a day that goes down in history.
Uh-huh.
Ladies and gents, lend me your ears.
Town crier?
Sanctifex Forden has spoken. The giant face in the sky, the massive rocks appearing throughout the land, and the mysterious voice claiming to be the past king. The Sanctus Church has officially recognized these happenings as the will of His Royal Majesty.
Huh.
So it really is His Majesty. And so, as His Majesty has decreed, whoever has gained the greatest trust of the people by the day of decision shall be our new king. This is a historic moment, good citizens. It's revolutionary. It's unprecedented. No matter who you are, you can take the throne.
Anyone?
Even me? If, and this is a big if, you are the person that all our people trust most in their hearts.
So it's just an election process.
Maybe you could be king yourself, eh? You're popular enough.
Me? In charge? Well, that's the last thing this country needs. Right, let's review what we know, shall we? First, the new faces that have appeared on the rock. It shows us who's foremost in the running. We've worked out that much.
Gosh, that is so pretty, though.
The top 3 of the lot are also shown in the sky. Suppose that way you can see their inspiring faces anytime, anywhere.
Hold on. How's us common folk supposed to stand a chance against all these upper crusters?
Say you do become popular. With your face clear for all to see, surely that'd make you a prime target for assassination.
Not quite, friend. Not quite. A valid concern, but one His Majesty prepared for. Popular aspirants, at least those who make it onto the rock, are protected by royal magic. Assassinations off the table.
Yes. Plot hole? Meet magic.
Magic chains will spring to life and bind anyone who tries. I saw it happen with my own eyes to Count Luis's sorry assailant.
So, literally anyone could be king? Even a pauper? Or a slave? Or a criminal?
But hold on, you mean to say we might not be ruled by Clamar? What does that mean for us?
Right, I've said my piece. You know all I know. Now go forth, ladies and gents, and spread the word. Whether you're from our fair capital or the middle of nowhere, the crown's within your grasp. Anyone in the land could be our next king.
I heard the announcement. The Church has chosen to recognize this face's words as crown sent and shall abide by them.
They conceded that one quickly. Though I suppose it's a hard thing to deny, what with the royal palace hanging up there in the clouds.
Had they rushed a coronation for His Eminence Forden, it would have dashed any hope of reinstating His Highness. A small comfort.
I can tell from your face there's some bad news too.
Do you recall those chains that froze Alsace in place? It seems that too was part of His Majesty's magic.
Great.
Plainly, any candidates of sufficient favor cannot be deposed by force.
That's not good.
No, 'tis not indeed. This marks Luis as nigh untouchable.
Fabulous.
I will still seek to find him. Yet, even should we stand before the man himself, we could not kill him.
No! If we can't kill him, then how do we break the curse?
What the hell was the king thinking? Grius was trying to save his son. He died for it.
It wasn't the king who did this. Well, sort of. The king created the spell beforehand. The spell is just reacting to what the king's wishes was when he was alive.
Even so, without this magic, no aspirant would be safe from assassination, leaving Luis to dominate through sheer martial strength. We appear to be at an impasse.
Everyone, have you seen Maria?
Did something happen?
I checked her room and she isn't there. She wouldn't just leave without telling anyone. I couldn't deal with losing both of them.
It's all right. Just try to stay calm.
I've searched all around the place, but I couldn't find her. When I think of what might happen to her...
If she left her room on her own, she must have had some reason.
Let's go search for her. If we head into town, we might find some clues.
Fabulous. Am I gonna get to play? Are they gonna let me play?
Where?
You're kidding.
What now?
Okay. Why do I have a sneaking suspicion?
Hey, mister.
What is it?
She's probably at the rock. She's probably at the monument, right? That would make the most sense.
I'm out of ideas.
What should I do? Him?
Hello there.
Do you know that little half-blood girl? You can't let a girl like that walk the streets alone. You're just asking for trouble. She just went inside. Wait, you let her pass? Why? The way her eyes looked, I'd not be the one to stop her. She's been coming to pray for a while, no matter how many glares she gets. Yeah, knew it.
Huh? Why?
Everyone was worried about you.
Sorry. Papa hasn't come home. And I always come here whenever I'm feeling lonely. One time he came here to get me. I remember because he called my name. But I pray, and he still doesn't come back. Maybe because the cathedral's broken?
Oh, poor girl.
Maria.
Miss Fabienne says Papa can't come home anymore. But I know Papa's gone away. He's gone somewhere I'll never see him again, hasn't he? It's going to be so lonely. The loneliest it's ever been. But I have to be strong, don't I? But if it gets any lonelier, I don't know if I can do it.
Oh, poor girl.
I'm sorry. I promised we'd all come back together.
Why does everyone always leave? Mum was sick. The king and prince are gone. And now Papa? Why does everyone always leave? Is it my fault? I really did my best to be a good girl, but...
Oh, poor girl.
It's our fault.
What? How? You?
Listen to me, all right? Your father, he was fighting a very bad man.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
We were with him, but we couldn't protect him. I'm sorry.
I remember Papa saying something like that. He said, a really bad man might be our king. Is that part of it?
It's going to be all right. Don't worry.
I hope the next king is as nice as you. Then maybe things won't always be so sad.
Ideal world. People can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. The prince told me that once.
I think I understand the king's intentions now. Maybe this is the sort of tragedy he was trying to end. Maybe he wanted a world where the crown goes to one who acts like a king ought to. Not whoever's willing to spill the most blood to do it.
You may be right. But much as we wish it, this is not a fight that might be ended through words alone.
Even so, we have to try.
That was heartbreaking. That was rough. At least for me it was.
Maria, you're safe. Oh, you had me worried sick.
I'm sorry for leaving on my own.
No, it's all right.
Her hair. Her hair. It's freaking out. Oh god, her hair. Oh god.
Miss Fabienne. I'm hungry.
Maria. Yes, that's right. Let's all sit down for some supper together. Thank you for finding her.
It looks like she's worked things out.
She's a strong girl.
But we've more troubles ahead. How now do we resolve this curse upon His Highness?
If Luis is the curse's caster, we've got to kill him to dispel it. So how do we do that if he's shielded by the king himself?
I wish I could report back, but the prince is still asleep, and we're losing time. I don't think going back to the village is an option.
We cannot lose faith yet. There must be some further course we can pursue.
Well, there's the church's announcement. I expect they're trying to stop a wave of rival candidates from flooding the standings. I doubt the church would accept this popularity contest if they didn't already have a plan to game it.
True enough. I can only wonder at their aims. For today, we should content ourselves with rest and recovery.
Can we get those outfits, please, and thank you?
Sorry, did I wake you? Laying here, I always end up caught in my own thoughts. Grius and Maria. The prince. Just thinking in circles again. Not good, is it?
Let's think about it together.
Keeping me company, are you?
Yes.
You really are a strange one. My kind of strange, if I'm honest. That book, is that the novel you're always carrying around? Feels like months ago now that I spotted you buried in it on the carriage ride to the fort.
It was only a month.
Want to read it?
If you don't mind, since we finally some room to breathe. Oh, interesting. It's written through the lens of a fictional land. This bit's about the Utopia's security. In this world, there is no blood-stained contest for sovereignty. The people choose their sovereign from among themselves. One cannot put a sovereign to the sword to seize power. Such an act would be met with scorn and judged as murder. Taking power or wealth by force is seen as the most shameful of transgressions. Couldn't be further from reality, could it? We've a Kingslayer on the brink of seizing the throne right now. And this idea of competing for public support. Here it sounds so commonplace, but the idea's thrown us all into chaos. Interesting.
It is commonplace here.
Perhaps I'm overthinking, but it sounds almost like the aim of the king's magic. You suppose there's some common inspiration? Still, I don't imagine this would turn out well in the real world. In public opinion, tribal perspective always divides us. Besides,
I mean, here too.
Does a decision made by the people guarantee it's right? Tribal squabbles aren't always political.
Yeah?
Take us Clamars, for example. It can be hard for us to see outside the bubble of our own worldview. We're the majority, and the tribe of the royal bloodline besides. That privilege can make us insensitive. A problem with no easy solution, I fear.
Fascinating.
Lofty words. I can hardly come to terms with my own ideals. Still, the discussions helped clear my head a little. Thank you. I've been so fixated on killing Luis, but maybe we could look into whether that's really the only way to lift the curse. Sleep should come easier now. Think I'll give it another chance.
We do have otherworldly powers, ancient magic. They said there wasn't any known way, but we are dabbling in the unknown now.
Wait, how long have you been asleep?
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Third.
Ladies and gents, have you heard the news? The curtain's about to rise on the show of a lifetime. To choose our new ruler, we're going to give all of you a chance to take center stage in a show of power for the whole kingdom. And we call it the Tournament for the Throne. aspirants will set out on a grand tour of the 3 allied nations' capitals, taking part in a variety of exciting trials. First, we have the Exhibition of the Brave. Slay a monster plaguing our fair people and bring its head to Oceania's capital in time. Biggest find takes the win. Official word is, this event's open to all. So what do you think, ladies and gents? Are you in it to watch, or in it to win?
An election being a spectacle. I wonder what that reminds me of.
Stroll? Why call us so early in the morning? What is that journal?
I had Fabienne bring it up. Something occurred to me, so I asked her to go through Grius' personal effects.
Hey, looks like he was investigating the curse too.
There's a note here. Given the spell's complexity, it must have required a scribed formula.
You mean to suggest Luis possesses a written composition of the curse somewhere? And if we can find that...
we can reverse it.
Yes! I'd wager, even if we can't kill Luis, we might still have a shot at breaking the curse.
But that attack took place years ago, didn't it? This curse's formula could be lost for good.
We have little choice but to hope it's not. I'm not saying it will be easy. And the real trick will be finding it. We wouldn't leave it unprotected.
That reminds me. A crier for the church was handing these out.
A flyer for the Tournament for the Throne. This popularity contest is state-sponsored now. An interesting gamble for those politicians. I like the bit about all this being in the interest of fairness, those weasels. But saying it's being organized by the state. The throne's empty. This smells like the theocracy at work. Probably Forden himself.
You think Forden's looking to fix the competition in his favor?
In the interest of fairness, remember? If he wins a fair race, he gets legitimized, and Luis gets put on the back foot.
That bodes ill. Those with existing support could easily solidify their claim. Even should His Highness wake, he may lose the throne.
If we don't hurry and find a way to get close to Luis, we're sunk. What are we supposed to do?
Need a plan, and then we can take action. As an elder or an outcast in the city, it gives us an advantage here.
We'll make Luis come to us.
How would we accomplish that? We're but strangers to him, and he gains nothing from it.
I don't think...
Let's enter this tournament for the throne.
Huh? Hey, were you even listening to us? Besides, the prince isn't exactly in a position to take part in...
Wait. It sounds crazy, but I think he might be onto something there.
Yay.
This could be just the excuse we need to get close to Luis. He doesn't care about your tribe so long as you prove capable, yes? That's what Zorba was saying. Which means, even though the world looks down on you as an elder, having the power to kill humans puts you in his good graces.
You're going to make him a candidate for the throne?
Why not you? Why don't you do it, Stroll?
If all we need to do is get Luis's attention, then that's sure to get the job done. If we're lucky, he might even try to recruit us.
Stroll, why don't you? Your nobility.
I see. An undercover operation, is it? Quite a gambit. But it may well be our best chance at finding this formula.
What? And also, why not Hulkenberg? Because she's a knight. She's well known. She's got renown. Like, why me?
So hold on a second. Getting Luis's attention is all well and good. But remember who's actually risking their life here.
Infiltrating Luis's ranks will be dangerous. If I'm found out, I'll be as good as dead.
What do you think? Having heard all this, do you want to enter the running?
Of course I do.
No hesitation at all.
I hesitated. I'm still asking why you two aren't doing it. Reminded of the words the Prince spoke to me in our youth.
In my ideal world, people can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. No matter who someone is, they deserve a fair country. If it's to help achieve that, I will stand for the Prince as a candidate for the throne.
Sheesh. So much for being a guide. Now you're the one leading me around.
Your resolve has marked you a fine fit for the role. I have trusted you with my life before, and would gladly do so again.
Good heavens. Haven't you put yourself in enough danger?
Nope. Still need more.
Listen to me. I don't want you going down the same path he did. Are you really this set on running off again?
I have to carry on his legacy.
I see. Well, I'm sure he'd be glad to hear it. I'll be cheering for you in this mess of a competition. Truth be told, I wish I could do more than feed and shelter you.
What's the competition?
It's a big, grand race to see who will be the next king. The whole country will be watching.
So you're going to try and become king? Wow! Then I'll cheer for you as loud as I can.
I love her. I want to hug her.
You have your first advocate, it seems.
Suppose you'll have to actually try for the throne now, eh? Your Majesty.
I'll never actually succeed, though.
Oh, impossible, is it? As impossible as a castle floating in the sky?
She's got you there.
Well, if we want Luis to notice you, we'll have to make quite a stir among the people. Maybe reaching for the throne will do it. Does that mean you're not coming back?
No, we'll be back. Although we might be a while.
I don't like when it gets lonely.
Maria.
But I'll be cheering for you. I hope you win the race. You'd be a good king.
We'll see each other again.
You better not forget.
So we're not allowed to die.
Now, we'd best get registration out of the way, but we'll need some legs for the journey. It's mostly lawless wastes between cities.
Judging by this specified deadline, we are unlikely to reach the Principality of Oceania's capital in time on foot.
I bet all these fancy nobles have their own gauntlet runners to ride in.
A carriage might save our chances, if we could find one. Perhaps we split up for now. I'll leave you two to the registration. They should be taking entrance at the recruitment center.
This should be the place.
Big sword.
Excuse us, we're looking to join the tournament for the throne.
Aye? Bit young, ain't ya? And who's the kid? He with you?
I'm the one entering.
You? Really?
I've not heard of any age restrictions. There a problem?
Well, I'd not have thought it, but you're an elder, ain't ya? And you want to be king. Well, the novelty of it might win you some looks.
Could you just do your job, please? Can he register or not?
Ah, an elder. Now that I think of it. Weren't you in that pack of recruits that went off to the northern fort? Thought I heard they were all wiped out.
How?
What? We got a deserter turning up.
No, they said he'd just dragged the company down, so they left him at the capital. He, got on the captain's bad side.
Could swear I've seen you before, too. Well, hardly matters without captain to verify it with. Go on, then. You can represent the lesser tribes so nobody complains.
Wow!
Whew. That was a close one.
And, obviously, you're gonna need a carriage. Otherwise, the whole thing's off for you. Now, you're obligated to attend the opening ceremony tomorrow. It'll be at the plaza at the Grand Cathedral. Don't be late.
Elvet!
We'll have to
Hey,
hope
how you
Hulkenberg
doing?
can find us a carriage.
As for us, I expect we should see about finding a monster to slay. If it's not impressive enough, Luis won't look twice at you.
Some postings over there. They should be offering bounties on monsters the guard can't handle. Let's take a look.
You did a thing that you didn't think you could, such as?
Looks like everyone else had the same idea.
One of these bounties is bound to make me stand out. But which? Bigger is probably better.
Hang on! There's nothing but small-time contracts here.
You lot here for this tournament, then? Bit slow, I'm afraid. Most of my worthiest monster bills have already been snapped up by other competitors.
How about requests on anything aside from monsters? Bounties include criminals too, right?
I suppose I've got one of those, yeah.
Let's see.
Uh-huh.
Ugh, he's horrible. Heisme, a villainous kidnapper. Looks like the army's been trying to catch him for a while now.
This might just be perfect.
Whoa. You have any idea who that is?
I'm sorry, Mr. with a portrait. Who are you?
That man's an elite. An ex-royal knight, they say. He'd make short work of a scrawny little urchin, you can be sure of that. Besides, didn't you hear what it is they're actually looking for?
How do I feel about Albedo? In what context?
Oh, of course. It's about whoever can bring in the biggest monster head, right?
If you imbeciles can't even get that straight, you've no chance at winning. They want kingly types, not children play acting.
Stuck-up little... Is that the kind of competition we can expect?
He was right about the rules, though. What are you thinking?
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
We're supposed to get a monster's head. So why are you going for a criminal?
Oh, I don't know.
Any idea what he's up to?
I haven't seen Overload in a while.
Maybe it's because we don't actually have to win?
Sharp as always, Captain. Don't worry, I'll explain everything later.
As long as you can convince Hulkenberg, I guess.
Ho there! Are you really taking the bounty on Heisme?
I'm sorry. I'm usually not into elf men, especially when they've got ears this half the size of their head. But why is this man hot?
You three must be heaven sent. Please, would you listen to our plight? Your pardon, gentlemen. I'm Barden, a guard captain from Atira, a town to the south. The bounty on Heisme is up at my behest.
Hello, Barden!
A guard captain? This fellow's made some powerful enemies.
That's a loaded question, Elvet. I'll get to it after this cutscene's over. How about that?
We can't afford lenience. On top of his past crimes, Heisme has stooped to abducting our wee ones. Our children. Selling them off, some say. If our city becomes known for nightly disappearances, what sane resident would stay? Community and trade will dwindle and die.
No, it's fine. I don't mind answering it. I just want this cutscene to play out.
But he's just a lone kidnapper, right? Even if he's some infamous criminal, why can't the guard handle it?
That's the trouble. He makes his hideout somewhere too dangerous for our soldiers to tread. Deep in the territory of vicious giant worms. We've no idea how he manages to operate out there without getting devoured himself.
I see. Tricky problem indeed.
I'd no choice but to swallow my pride and post a bounty. Yet no matter how many times I renew the bill, none have taken it. A pitiful sight, isn't it? A soldier who can't protect his home, whether by strength or by surrender. Laugh if you must.
We would never laugh at such a plight.
You only cast away your honor in the name of protection. Nothing pitiful in that. Swallow your pride no more, man. We'll take your contract.
Ah, thanks to you. That you'd accept such a perilous request, even with this tournament looming over everything. Closure. Thank you all, and thank God for bringing you to me. In that case, we shall meet in Matira, the old castle town. Please, make haste.
Well, no backing out of this now. You sure this is what we want?
Way I see it, if we want to make a big impact this late, it's going to take some creativity. Besides, this is apparently a knight-turned-kidnapper. The man can't be allowed to go on. What would His Royal Highness do in our place?
But why? Why did he turn kidnapper?
I guess that's fair.
I'll convince Hulkenberg. Somehow. You go on and accept the contract.
Also, what have you been up to, Elvet? Okay.
What now?
Give me a second and I'll answer that question now that the cutscene is over. I need to stop the recording for this episode anyways. So we're going to go to intermission here so I can explain a little bit, and then we're going to take a little bit of a break. So I think AI in itself isn't bad. What it's been used for is very bad. I personally believe that AI is a tool, and that tool can either be for the benefit of humanity and the help and simplicity of humanity, or to the detriment of humanity. I personally think, because there are no laws in place against AI right now, that businesses and bigger name companies are using it in very morally and ethical ways, and it is wrong, and it is stupid and dumb, and it puts actual artists who have been who are already struggling, who already have a whole bunch of bills and such to pay, that are already striving to be noticed, that are trying to get into the industry and get into art and such like that, significantly harder, and it's stealing away jobs from people who actually really deserve it. And voice acting AI, I am 100% against. I think it has no place in the industry whatsoever. I have thought about places that it could be used, and unlike AI art, which can help artists if used properly, which I'll go into in a second here, I do not believe AI voices are in any way beneficial to the medium in the slightest. I think it only takes away jobs and makes new talent harder to find and harder to get into work. So I do not think AI voices help in the slightest at all. I don't think there's a place for it. And AI art, like I honestly think if used correctly, it can help artists. Like finding references, sparking inspiration, like all that is great if you want to use AI just for that stuff. Heck, even proof of concept for indie game developers saying, hey, this is what I'm working on, this is my sales pitch, etc. As long as it stays there and stays private, it's totally fine. But the moment money becomes involved and it becomes a public thing, it should never be sold. Ever. Ever. And I think that's the issue with AI art nowadays. So I'm torn, in other words. I think AI can potentially really help us and improve art, but I don't think we're at a stage, because it's so new, that it actually is beneficial for anyone. So that is my stance on AI art. That said, I am going to take a short break, and I will be back here with some more metaphor in a second. You want the honest answer? In what sense? I still don't know why my chatbot is like my chat is not showing. Yeah. In fact, I'm gonna take a BRB right now, and you can type that out, and we'll be back here soon when I get back, and I'll read it when I get back. Hope to see you guys soon. Don't go anywhere. See you guys around. Bye.